Somebody is being accused for stealing eggs and chickens. Therefore, he is being jailed for 14 years. Chicken and eggs. Why we have some people in this country who have stole billions of naira, yet they are enjoying the money in their houses, running around the world and nothing touch them. Is that not an injustice? I don't know. Please, we are going to hear from this news. Now, the headlines. After spending over 14 years in prison, Governor Adeleke to pardon man sentenced to death for stealing chickens. Now, the details. Ademola Adeleke, Governor of Osun State, is seeking a pardon. Segun Olowokere, who was sentenced to death by hanging for allegedly stealing a fowl and eggs in 2010. In an interview with Biola Adebayo, a Nigerian actress, the parents of the victim claimed that police officers from the Osun Command arrested Olowokere for an offense he did not commit. Olowokere Olanrewaju, the man's father, said a divisional police officer, DPO, asked him to pay 30,000 naira for his son's release, but 20,000 naira was all he could raise at the time. We are here to beg Nigerians to help us. In 2010, I was at the shop where I was renting out cassettes and at about 11 a.m. some police officers came around, he said. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said earlier in my comment, in Nigeria, the law does not hold the rich or people that occupy eminent position. The Nigerian law only hold poor people or the less privileged. The law does not have power on those who are leaders in Nigeria. Now, talking about somebody spending 14 years in jail because he stole eggs and chickens. And in this news, we are hearing that the person did not commit the act. It is all a lie against him. But where I am centered on this news is that in Nigeria today, most of our leaders, ranging from president, governors, or ministers, they are all have cockroaches and skeleton in their cupboard. The question is that how many of them is being arrested and prosecuted? I leave that question to Nigeria. We are here to beg Nigerians to help us. In 2010, I was in the shop where I was renting out cassette, and at about 11 a.m., some policemen officers came around, he said. We later found out some students from Chegu's school were in their vehicle, and they said they were arrested because of the theft of chicken and eggs. Truth be told, Shegwood does not eat chickens because I train broilers. He refused to run away, telling us that he didn't know anything about the depth of the chicken. They came back around 9 p.m. in the night and he was eventually arrested. It was when I visited the station that I knew who owned the chicken and eggs. He was just like a brother to me. I was told by the DPO in charge to bring about 30,000 naira so my son could be released. But after running around, all I could raise was 20,000 naira, which he refused to collect. Can you imagine that? The people that these things are done to were poor people. We can see that the man could not raise the amount he was said to pay. he raised less than that, and the DPO refused to collect the money just because it's not up to expectation. Now, it is saying in this news here that the person allegedly accused of stealing chicken and egg were not the one, but they just arrested him just like that. And we are saying, and we are hearing in this news that the persons are spent 14 years imprisonment. Now, Fola Folashede Olowukere, mother of the victim, said her son, who was 17 at the time of this arrest, has now spent over 14 years in prison since he was sentenced. In a statement on Wednesday, Adeleke directed the Attorney General and the Commissioner for Justice in Osun to commence a full probe into the matter. I have received the report of a case of a young man reportedly sentenced to death by hanging in Osun State for stealing fowl, the statement reads. Consequently, I have directed the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice Osun State to commence full investigation into the matter and initiate progress to grant the prerogative of mercy to the young man. Osun is a land of justice and equity and must ensure fairness and protection of the sanctity of lives. I assure members of the public that this matter is receiving my direct attention with every sense of urgency also attached to our response to the matters. At this point, the governor of Osun State has ordered that the Attorney General and others who are presided over the matter to make sure that they do something fast in order for the young man who has been in detention for 14 years be released. That's what the governor is saying, that the general public should not worry over this matter, that in as much as he, the governor of Osun State, has come into this matter, it's going to be the things of the past, that the young man is going to be released. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the kind of leader we want. And at this point, I want to speak to the Attorney General and the people responsible for this matter, that they should not rely over this matter. They should do something urgently so that this young man could be released. Because I'm thinking that what is chickens and egg, although stealing is stealing. A man who stole 1 naira, the same charge will be given to the man who stole billions of naira. Yes, stealing is stealing, but there should be a prerogative of mercy, as it is mentioned by the governor. They should do something urgently so that the young man should be released, because I believe he has spent time there. So this crime committed, I know it's a crime, but there should be prerogative of mercy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where we draw the curtain of today. Thanks for joining us.